We'll talk about this recruiting class in terms of 2025 and who you could see on the field very quickly. There's not a lot of pieces, but there's two very big names, and we'll start with the obvious one. Oh, got this coming on. Lordy, hold on one second. Let me fix this right here. Okay, had to chill out right there. The mic trying to rip my head off, bro. All right, DJ Pickett. It's been one of the names that I've been watching lately. It's going to be hard to keep him off the field. He's the number one cornerback in the nation in 2025, and it is damn clear with how fast he's been able to transition here at LSU. A lot of it's going to be the early enrollee period, and that's what we just talked about with Harlon Barry, right? When you come to campus and you get to watch the team go through one of their biggest games of the year in a bowl game, watch the process, watch a spring game, a pro day, all these different things, participate in them, get to kind of get caught up to speed a little faster. That's how you transition like a college athlete and exponentially grow your chances of getting on the field. And DJ Pickett and Harlon Barry both did it. Both put themselves in a situation where, yeah, they were talented enough to be able to earn that role and those reps regardless. But being here, cutting your teeth, getting the mistakes out early, it helps you kind of be ready to be a professional whenever fall camp starts. Whenever it's time to install these lineups, these final schemes, these final rotations, you're ready and you've been in the know. Now, like we said with the rotations, I would guess Mansour Delane is locked. I would guess Ashton Stamps would probably be right next to him. The only other name besides a DJ Pickett that I could see get thrown out there in the second corner spot would be a Jakeem Jackson. And he's had a decent time in spring as well. And I'm not going to, discredit experience and SEC level play and the relationship that Jakeem has had with Corey. So that I think could be something to monitor. But, DJ Pickett's going to be one of those people that I think could he's going to be in a rotation regardless of if he starts or not. I don't think he's going to start this year. I think it's a little too soon. I think you can keep him on the back burner and kind of just develop him in supplemental situations. Your first two guys are going to be Mansour and probably Ashton, like I said. Then DJ Pickett can just get subbed in and out in a variety of situations. Specifically, it don't matter if it's garbage time in a big game or just a team that, is kind of trash and you're beating them. Those are probably going to be the situations where you see him the most and him the most with a player like a PJ Woodland or a Michael Turner or an LSU cornerback duo of the future. This is when you're really going to be able to see the defense in their true colors. Honestly, though, just because you don't see DJ start at the beginning of the year doesn't mean he can at the end. There's obviously the injury potential. There's obviously the potential for him to turn out like a damn Derek Stingley and be a lockdown corner that you can't keep off the field. You're going to be able to earn your reps here, and I feel like he's got the tools. The number one drag away that anybody's been able to put on DJ Pickett, and it's the only one I've seen, is the weight issue. And every single time you see him back out there at practice, it looks like he's gained damn near another 5 pounds. I don't think that's going to be a worry at all. You get him in a situation where, his technique is solid and he understands, what the opponent's schemes and route trees are. If he can be in a situation where you give him the tools to succeed, I think he takes them and he takes advantage of it by a mile. Looks like a type of player that I think is going to make the biggest impact out of this class, period, but specifically this year. Another player, Harlon Barry, obviously. Brian Kelly already talked about it. He already said he expects Harlon Barry to see the field a lot as his freshman or in his freshman year. And LSU's not shying away from the fact that if you earn your keep, so to speak, that they'll throw you out there. I mean, look at Caden Durham. Whenever the situations happened with him and his name got called and he popped off, he turned into the lead guy. And now we're here talking about another potential running back doing the same exact thing. Now, we know in that running back room, injuries happen. And that's what happened with Caden Durham exactly, with the John Emery situation. Not saying I want this to happen. It's not what I'm trying to speak into existence, but I'm just saying the running backs get banged up. You get tackled 15, 20 times a game. There's a lot of soreness, a lot of, sprains and bruises and all these different things. There's a potential for somebody to go down in Harlon Barry's role to increase greatly. As of now, we're talking about him seeing the field. No telling what the role goes into by the end of the year. This is somebody that you're definitely going to have to pay ahead of or attention of, because let's talk about this as well. There was 3 guys ahead of who turned out to be running back 1 last year. You had Josh Williams, John Emery, and Caleb Jackson ahead of Caden Durham on the depth chart wise, at least from running back and at least from week 1. And then by the end, a lot transpired, a lot changed, and it just goes to show you never know what can happen by the end of the season. I think Harlon, he's 3 right now, running back 3. He could damn near be the backup by the end of the 2025 class. Could. Got a lot of pieces that are going to be able to be watched. One more that I will talk about from this class that I think can have a big impact, Solomon Thomas. I think he's one of the cornerstone pieces in the offensive line room. You never know with this rotation, with who gets plugged in, who gets plugged out, with how much growing pains they experience, if they're going to have to change anything. Injuries happen as well, obviously. In the offensive line room, injury happens in every single damn position group, even a punter, even a kicker, even a holder. Man, they get some injuries too every now and then. But depth pieces like this are very huge. You could get tossed out at any point. Last year, we saw Paul Mubenga and Tyree Adams get thrown out there when we lost guys like Garrett Dellinger, Miles Frazier, things of that nature, Emory Jones. So it happens. And sometimes it happens in the most unfortunate situations. So when you got a guy like Solomon Thomas who can get in and get after it, and a lot of people are talking about him playing guard and he's playing tackle, there's a hybrid ability here. There's an ability here for him to play 2 different things. And if you're playing guard or tackle, as 80% of the damn line you can fit in, whether it be left or right. Another name I'll put in, just honorable mention, Carius Kern. Same exact future outlook as Solomon Thomas. This could be the future of your O-line room right here with those 2 pieces. This could be the next Will and Emery. And that's a big, big task to live up to, but I think they'll have a decent shot at doing it.